What's up, YouTube family? Desiree here with Divine Geomatrix DG Readings. Thank you for joining me today and joining my channel. Thank you for those who are new, welcome. And for those who have seen my videos in the past, welcome back, guys. Thank you again for just joining me and watching my videos. I'm super excited to get into today's reading. Today I will be doing a collective reading for the week of January 6th through the 12th of 2020. Happy New Year, guys. I know that it's been one heck of a ride, and this transition hasn't been the easiest for all of us, but at the end of the day we made it. With this new year energy, I think that we definitely have the opportunity to really sift through it and let go of the energy that no longer serves, and to really embrace the changes that 2020 has in store for us. I personally am very excited because alongside with my business journey, it's been definitely pretty scary, but at the same time, I mean, liberating. Each little baby step that I've taken in account, I literally feel that I am more in tune with myself and more in touch with myself than I've ever been. Taking a leap of faith and really following my passions to allow me to be independent has been super scary, but at the end of the day, I trust that the divine has something bigger for me and something that I may not fully see just yet. So I really believe that to be true for those out there too. You guys all have a passion. We're all very much in tune on a spiritual level. For those that are awakening, congratulations, guys. I'm very happy for your spiritual process. We collectively are really opening up our third eyes to see a bigger perspective on change, and on a spiritual basis where we're revolving around unconditional love and light, and the divine wisdom is starting to really make a huge difference in our collective right now. Thank you guys for doing the work. Thank you for being true to yourselves and your journey and your process. The more that you are doing that, the more that you are also domino affecting the collective change. So thank you. Thank you for just completely just diving into your responsibilities and adapting to whatever change is coming your way, and carrying that weight with grace. So just remember, you're not alone. Remember that you have a lot of people that are going through very, very similar things as you. And if you need someone to talk to that you feel would understand, there's a lot of people out there in social medias that are open in the spiritual realm that would love to connect with you in any way. I highly recommend, if you do not have a spiritual tribe, to really find those people who really make a difference in your life on a spiritual level. Learn from them, grow from them, collaborate with them, just absorb whatever it is that wisdom and education that they have to offer, because we are very much mirrors of each other, and we all have something to offer. But when we see it as a bigger perspective, to where we're acknowledging that there are people around us that we can learn from and utilize them as mentors, then we can really grow a lot faster than we can by ourselves. So thank you guys again for just joining me and listening to today's message. Consider me an open channel, someone who receives messages from the divine for a clear message, not only for the collective, but specifically directed to zodiac signs as well. I personally allow myself to open up to whatever the divine has in store for us through oracle cards. I utilize my intuition, whatever feelings that I have. I'm an empath, so I pick up on a lot of energies on a emotional scale. I feel them very heavily to a point where I'm able to basically reiterate the emotion as if someone was telling me what was going on in my body. And I want to be as open as I can for you guys to receive a clear message for your guys' week. This is a very open reading in regards to energies, so energy is very, very fluid. This is not toward a masculine or feminine energy. Take what resonates, and just leave what doesn't. At the end of the day, this is just a very vague reading. So I hope you guys the best, and I really hope that you guys find some insight in whatever the divine wants to talk to us about, okay? So let's go ahead and get into today's message. For those who have joined me in my past videos, as you know, I do like to clear space prior to my readings, so I utilize two forms of method. The first one that I use is Palo Santo. For those who are not familiar with Palo Santo, it is a wood that you can burn, and it's like an incense and sage, but it's a little bit lighter in smell, so that those who are sensitive to sage would actually enjoy probably the smell of Palo Santo, and you're able to really release energy and clear space if you do like practices like this, or if you meditate often, if you do yoga, or if you just, when you clean your room and you want to clear that space and really release the energy that's no longer serves a purpose, I would recommend Palo Santo. So let's go ahead and start burning that. Today's calendar quote, guys, says, collaborate with people you can learn from. And the quote is from Pharrell Williams. So I've noticed that my calendar quotes definitely tie in with my readings. And it feels like to me that the divine is reminding us the importance of having a tribe. And it's super interesting that I even brought that up, prior to my reading today, or even reading the calendar quote, because it's very true. And I brought it up because having friends who understand you on a spiritual level that you can talk to about this stuff is so important, because not everyone's going to understand you. There are times where I talk to people who are at a lower vibration, and that's not a bad thing, guys. It is what it is. And they don't understand my language. It's almost like when I speak in the tongue of spirituality, I'm a completely different foreign person, and I'm speaking a completely different dialect, and people look at me like, wait, what did you say? Like, what do you mean? And it's just easier just to be able to converse with people who are at the same wavelength as you, and on the same spiritual level. Okay, so let's go ahead and create a little bit more space by breathing in fully, letting go of the energy that no longer serves, and allowing yourself to open up your heart, your third eye, and your crown chakras to receive the messages that the divine has in store for us. Okay. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay. So I'm asked to shuffle these cards 3 times. Alright, so for those who are new to my channel, I'm using the Energy Oracle cards. These cards are newer for me. In the past, I was using the Native Heart Healing Oracles, and for Christmas, I was asking for a new deck, so I ended up getting these. I absolutely love this deck. It's from Sandra Ann Taylor. The artwork is absolutely exquisite, and the energy is just incredibly amazing. The messages that I've been receiving from this deck have been so clear, and they work in a way that it's very similar to tarot, but they mimic the decks of tarot without having the aggressive energy that sometimes tarot may come with. I'm not bashing tarot at all. Like, I personally have been getting into it. It's just I haven't practiced enough to be familiar with that type of deck. So I personally use oracle cards instead as a replacement. I think eventually I might end up getting into tarot, but as of right now, we're just sticking to the vibrations of the oracle cards. So a little different from tarot from tarot that I do is I don't shuffle my deck to receive cards that pull out for the messages. I actually do a 3-card deck and then, or I'm sorry, a 3-card pull. And if I feel that the messages need a little bit more insight, then I'll use a different deck to go a little deeper. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what the Divine has in store for us. It looks like the first card is walking away, and this is in reverse. The number is 27. If you add those two numbers together, that's a 9. The second card that I pulled is Patience. This card is also in reverse, and this number is 16. That boils down to a 7. And then Angel of Love, which is upright, and this card is number 49. That number ties down to 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then down to a 4. So it looks like you have a 9, a 7, and a 4, and then your collective card is 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. This number is 38, and that boils down to an 11. Such a beautiful card. A lot of greens, a lot of pinks, a lot of healing energy here. And the Divine number 11 is definitely a master number. Walking away, again, is in reverse. Patience is in reverse. And Angel of Love is upright. So I definitely get a lot of pinks here, guys. So I'm receiving a lot of unconditional love energy and a lot of healing, a lot of centering. So let me start off with your collective card. I do want to disclose I am going to be using the book since I am getting familiar with this deck. I don't want to gyp you on any messages that the Divine has in store for you. So as of now, we're just going to utilize these little messages that the guidebook has. They're very short, so it should be fine. So your collective reading is love, compassion, and self-acceptance. This card reverse indicates some blocks in the flow of your heart center energy. Perhaps it... Oh, wait, this one's not reversed. I apologize. Sorry, take it back. Okay. So, 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. Like I said, love, compassion, and self-acceptance. Upright. Raphael extends a beautiful green energy surrounded by gentle waves of pink in your heart center. This card upright indicates that you now have a readiness to receive love from others as well as from yourself. It could also indicate that a much needed healing from a previous broken heart is taking place. The tender vibrations of Raphael remind you to encourage yourself with the compassionate self-talk that you desire to hear from others. Know that as you do, the light from your heart center will shine with an irresistible beauty, and the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. So I think that definitely has something to do with tribe. Yeah. It talks about how the universe will send people and situations that cause your sense of love and support to grow and grow. Yeah, definitely tribe. So you're going to notice that a lot of people are going to be coming in and out of your life, and it's okay. Yeah, it's a little scary, especially if you're letting go of friends that you've had for a very long time. But at the end of the day, you're outgrowing them on a spiritual level, and you need people that are going to reside on the same spiritual wavelength so that you can, again, have those conversations freely and feel that you're not talking in dialect with, people who aren't fully at that level, on a spiritual level as you. Okay? So it's okay, guys. I mean, don't browbeat yourself. Like, it's supposed to happen this way. You're just attracting people that are actually going to be more purposeful in your life and a lot more assisting in your life than crippling and, in a sense, stunting. Okay? So, walking away. People can look at this card as the past or even current situation. This card reverse signals that you may be feeling very stuck in the present situation or location. There may be a job or a relationship that no longer resonates with you. Yet out of habit or perhaps fear, you allow yourself to stay when it might be healthier to consider walking away. Habit and familiarity are compelling forces, often causing people to ignore their intuition and even dishonor their genuine feelings. This is a time of honest investigation. Consider all of the factors in the present situation. Perhaps the timing isn't quite right, and there may be some purpose in staying a little while longer. Don't deceive yourself about your motivations, however. Fear-based decisions don't often work out in your highest interest. You may also be stuck in a long-term personal habit or unhealthy pattern. Be aware that you always have the option and the responsibility to let go of any thought or behavior that no longer honors you. Whenever you walk away from the negativity, you always move together toward greater happiness. Wow. Whenever you walk away from negativity, you always move toward greater happiness. And the affirmation tied into this card is, it is safe and comfortable for me to move on. I consider all my options and then take action on my own behalf. Guys, it's okay to let go. So, I normally don't like to really talk about, my personal life, but I feel like my personal life does tie in with my spiritual journey 100% and my business journey. So, not that long ago, I let go of a relationship, and it was really hard because I was on and off with this person for 8 years, and that person, I came out of the closet with that person, like literally my whole history was just with that person. Growing up with them, just really learning with them and through them, so it was becoming stunting because we loved each other so much as individuals, as people, but yet we weren't growing as a couple. And so you notice as time passes that one day you're going to wake up and you're going to look next to the person, and God forbid that, this happens with the person that you want to stay with, but I'm just saying this in as a whole, that, there are times where you may wake up and you may look at the person that you're sleeping with or you're next to, and you're like, holy shit, what did I do to get here? Like, how did I get here? I'm not sitting here and saying that all of us are in bad relationships, but I think that there are people that are having a hard time letting go of relationships that they've been with for a very long time, and I get it. Believe me, I get it. But what's more important? Finding you and your happiness, or being stunted in your growth because it's convenient to be with a warm body? And I'm sorry to be so harsh with it, guys, but that's exactly what it is. Like, you're not only playing games with yourself, but you're honestly playing games with the other person, and that's not fair for either one of you. At the end of the day, it's you do have to, someone has to put their foot down and just step up and say, you know what, look, I care about you. I care about our growth as individuals, and the last thing I would want is to hurt you. And I think that if I continue at this pace, that I might accidentally hurt you in some way unintentionally because of my selfish manners. And like, I get it. We all are entitled to be selfish. Be selfish 100%, but be selfish with the right intention. Like, it's the power of intention, guys. So if you get out of that relationship, don't talk shit about the person that you just left. Instead, carry that weight with grace and realize that you just did yourself a favor, and celebrate the fact that you just did that and you honored yourself. So it doesn't always have to be bad. It's just perception, guys. Your situations there's always a lighter side of the situation. So choose the lighter side. Check in to see, okay, well, I might be here, but like, how can I get my mind to at least think that it's over there? And it's a constant game of playing tricks on your mind. Sorry guys, to get back to our reading, the second card that I pulled is Patience. This is in reverse. The 3 points it gives me is peaceful presence and letting go of depression. It says peaceful redirection is the message when this card is reversed. Open up to the options available to you, even if they aren't yet totally clear. The universe supports you when you allow its influence to help direct your outcomes, and when you open your imagination to all the potential solutions around you. The key is to keep moving forward without frantic need or urgency. Don't give up on your goal. Initiation and renewed action are needed now. So keep an open eye to new and unexpected opportunities around you. You may be surprised by where they lead. The affirmation tied with this card is, I pursue my goals with open receptivity. I am patient and flexible, willing to receive in many surprising and imaginative ways. So yeah, it definitely feels like someone's honoring themselves. Like, if you are in a relationship that you're having a hard time letting go of, whether it's within yourself, trying to let go of your old self and become the new self, or it's a physical relationship, like a romantic relationship or even a friendship that you're trying to let go of, it feels that you're resisting so much that it's stunting your spiritual being. It's literally like you're resisting it so much that your spirit is I don't want to say detaching, but it feels like it's an emotional detachment from your spirit because you're not listening to what the divine is trying to tell you. So I highly recommend that, just claim your worth. Put your foot down and say, look, I know my worth. I know what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. I know the power that I have internally, and if I tap into that full potential power, how much I can really domino affect the collective change, not to mention my own personal growth. So it's okay, guys. Own it, own your power, own yourself. Like, it's cool. Like, you are only one being. You are only one you. So be you, your authentic being, unconditionally, without any regret, without any remorse, without any judgment whatsoever on yourself and from others. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be validated from others just to feel good about yourself. You can validate yourself knowing that you are doing exactly what you need to be doing, when you're supposed to be doing it, and where you're supposed to be doing that. It's okay. If you're meant to let go of a relationship, then so be it. It is what it is. Just let go with peace and move forward for yourself. But honor yourself, honor your worth, know your worth at that. It takes knowing who you are to really put your foot down and say no more. So that's all I ask, guys, is to really know your worth so that you can really move forward. Because without you doing that, without you saying, all right, I'm going to step into my power, I'm going to tap into my full power, you aren't assisting that collective growth. You aren't carrying your weight. And I don't mean to come across as like if I'm scolding you or telling you what to do, because at the end of the day, when someone points a finger, there's 3 coming back at that person, right? So I personally don't like to point fingers, because I know that when I'm pointing one, there's 3 pointing back at me, which means that I need to look in the mirror and say it to my damn fucking self too. Like, I get it. I wake up every single day and I question like all of these different things, but then the moment that I look at myself in the mirror and I remember who the fuck I am, I remember, my power is internally, and nobody can ever take that away from me, and I can own that power and actually like lead by example and do things to really domino affect that collective change. So my question for you is, how do you domino affect change? How do you lead by example? How do you show up for yourself? How do you make a difference? How do you practice patience with yourself, with others, with the divine? And, those are all very important questions, guys. We should never stop asking ourselves questions on what direction that we want to go in for our future. It's scary when we allow ourselves to be stagnant. Nobody wants to stay stagnant, especially in a new year. Now's the time to get up, get stuff done, be productive. Write down your goals. Get shit done. You got this. So card number 49 is the last card I pulled from this deck, and it's the Angel of Love. So it says tender connections. Again, probably tribes. So this one says, the beautiful angel comes with roses in her hair and rose-colored wings. She holds a rose quartz heart, radiating tender and loving vibrations, bringing you compassion and affection. If you're looking for new love, this angel brings a message of its upcoming approach. Or if you're longing for a deeper, more intimate connection with someone already in your life, she's here to say that far greater tenderness is available to you. Either way, remember that your first intention for tenderness must be directed inward, and the compassion that you demonstrate toward yourself will influence the energetic potential of all these events in a significant way. The angel of love is smiling on you and forging connections in the energetic realm. So it feels like the divine is telling you, I'm sending people your way, the right people your way. So this is definitely, guys, about making connections. And whether this is on a romantic level or even just a friendship, I mean, making connections with people are so important on a spiritual level. We all need someone to relate to, especially because we already feel that we are alienated out there in the universe, out there in reality. And the last thing we need to feel is more alienated in our own home, or in the comfort of our own homes, or like in our place of work, or wherever we study. Guys, I highly challenge you to really pay attention to the people that are coming across in your life, and strengthen the relationships that you create with them, and plant the seed to build a bigger relationship, and collaborate. Again, from my calendar quote, collaborate with them and learn from them. Push yourself so that you find people that actually challenge you, not stunt you, or not bring you down on an energetic level. Okay? So I'm going to dig a little bit deeper with my my Moonology deck. This is also a newer oracle card deck. These are really cool. So these have not only the cycle of the moons, but they also have the zodiac signs tied into it as well. So I've noticed that my card decks are pretty well balanced. So I have the energy oracle cards kind of giving you the clarity for certain questions or just certain energies and vibrations. I have the Moonology deck tying in with the moon cycles, and then also the healing energy from the zodiac, or the energy from the zodiac signs. Well, that was graceful. And then my other deck is the Native Heart, and that one is mandalas, and they're tying in with like chakras. Just all over the place. Hold on, guys. Let me just do this last shuffle. There you go. Okay, and then my the Native Heart Healing Oracle is mandalas that kind of tie in with the chakras, and the energy of the chakras really give a greater effect on my reading, so that you know what chakra to focus on, what affirmations to focus on from the energy oracle cards. The Moonology will provide a few messages for the cards. So let me I'm all over the place, sorry guys. Let me go ahead and just see what the divine has for us for the Moonology, and I'll read you a message so that you can see what kind of insight that this deck gives. No. Okay, Spirit, please provide the Moonology Oracle card reading for the collective. This is for the week of January 6th through the 12th. I felt something come out. Okay. Oh, two. Okay, so the first one it gives me is the waning moon, And the question that it ties in, it says, what do you need to release? Okay, so that one came first. And then this one is full moon in Aries, and it says a fiery climax approaches. So it feels like that breakup that might be happening, or that disconnection that's going to be happening, it feels like that's the resistance, like that release, like it needs to happen. So whether it's the perception that you might have on the person that you were and that you're outgrowing, or it is a physical person that you're in love with and that you're trying to get out of a relationship with, whatever the case may be, it seems like there's going to be a moment where we're going to stop and ask ourselves, okay, so what is it that I have to let go of? Like, what do I need to release before moving forward to the next step? And then it also feels that maybe as we let go, there's going to be a little bit of a climax with that, in that Aries energy. Wow. Okay. Okay. The waning moon points to what's falling away. Life goes in cycles, and sometimes we need downtime or to let go. No matter when in the moon cycle you pull this card, it's a sign that a situation has peaked, for better or worse. It is time for you to go easier. It's the autumn and winter of the cycle. So what do you need to release? Almost certainly something from the situation you're asking about. This card can be very positive, but it can still be gently suggesting that you let something go or stop trying so hard. It says, attune to the moon. It's safe to let go and move on. It says additional meanings for this card. Move forward with as little resistance as possible. This is not the time to start new projects. Releasing emotional baggage is recommended now. Say sorry to someone. Do energetic work such as meditation or yoga, and soon you will see what lies ahead. The teaching says at the time of the waning cycle, take a moment to look up in the skies every night. You will see the moon grow smaller and smaller as she moves from full to new again. It's the time when things are falling away. It's certainly not the time to cling on to anyone or anything. Drawing this card suggests your situation is in autumn and winter phase. So hunker down and start the regeneration process. Well then, it definitely correlates with that collective card of fourth chakra, and then also the reading in general, talking about kind of like that breakup or that detachment. I don't mean to keep bringing up a breakup, but guys, it definitely feels like this type of energy right now. For some of you, it definitely might be like that push and pull that you have with your old self and your new self, but it really does feel like it's a relationship. And don't get me wrong, I get it. It's probably because we are afraid to let go, especially with the new year, with change, where we don't do good with change. But at the end of the day, if we let go and allow that change to really seep in our heart and carry that weight with grace, we're going to notice that change is actually going to be more beneficial for us than detrimental. It just depends on how well you release and take that leap of faith, because the more that you resist it, the harder it's going to be on you and your situation. So for the full moon in Aries, it says, it is time to see if you've been a little too much me, me, me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants, but you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast, or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created the situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Attune to the moon. Be nice, be kind, smile, and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Additional meanings for this card. Being assertive is good. Don't ride roughs. What? Oh, being assertive is good. Just don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. And don't be a baby. Sorry, this could be the issue. You need to have more fun. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals the situation has just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you have been too competitive or too blunt. Okay. These ones are too big. Alright, Spirit, please give us the native heart oracle guidance to this reading. Please provide me more guidance for the Moonology cards that I just pulled. What climax is approaching, and how should we release from this energy? Okay, Spirit, please give me the native heart healing oracle guidance. I feel like there's something coming up or trying to toward the end. One more pass through, Spirit. Okay. Native healing. I don't know. I feel like it's that one. So, sorry guys. Spirit has been asking me to read you the collective card for the Moonology deck, and it says a time to give rather than take, and this is the new moon in Virgo. So I'm going to read this just really quick since I've taken a long pause before the native heart anyways, and I'm kind of debating on doing another pass through to ensure that this unity card is the card that should be pulled. So new moon in Virgo. Okay. When this card comes up, it is a time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart to the Virgo energy The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it, so if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these into your routines now. However, you've been feeling, add these to your routine now, however you've been feeling. If a situation is blocked at this time, it could be that you're over-analyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less about someone else. It's time to ask less about what someone else can do for you and think more about what you can do for others. Attune to the moon. Recommit to healthy morning and evening routines. Additional meanings for this card. Gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to detail if you want success without being pedantic. Oh, okay. So pay attention to detail if you want success. Be of service to others, and love and money will follow. And this person is asking about, the person you're asking about is reliable. So I guess like that one doesn't really matter unless there is someone that is tying into this reading for your own personal situations. So again, kind of bringing up like the breakup, or if you're questioning like a situation or a relationship or whatever the case may be, this card is saying the person you're asking about is reliable. I don't know how much of that could be accurate if you guys are considering breaking up with this individual, but if it's just someone that you're questioning and you're interested in, I wouldn't feel the need to really question that person any further, simply because it seems like the energy is really pushing you to be able to trust this person and trust their motive. So I'm just going to shuffle this once and see if the divine has the native heart take on this reading, okay? Okay. Spirit, please provide me the healing oracle for the healing heart oracle for the collective reading of January 6th through the 12th. Yeah? Huh. Okay. So it wasn't unity, and I'm glad that I did another pass through. So I had a bunch of cards that flipped out, as you guys saw. I was told to put back the big chunk into the deck and only take the one that was loose. Well, what popped out was Star Child, and this is the color that it's associated with, the green. And I'm getting a lot of green here, guys. Like, a lot. So you guys it feels like we're all healing. We're definitely going through a healing, and we're releasing a lot of energy. I mean, that's always going to be a given, but it just feels like with this new year, like you're definitely tapping into your true self versus the old self that no longer serves a purpose. The collective card that it gives me is the Earth Star Chakra. So you have the number 3 for Star Child, and then Earth Star Chakra is 42, which boils down to a 6. Yes. All right. So 3. The 3 points, or the 3 points it gives me is inborn ability, mentoring, and embracing life, opportunity, or an adventure. This healing mandala brings forth guidance on these star children who are, have been, and will continue to grace your earth. Your planet is receiving unprecedented numbers. No. Your planet is receiving unprecedented numbers of highly evolved star children who are anchoring love within and above the earthly realm. Children are being their whole selves as never witnessed before, and they live in accord with their innate wisdom. Open hearts and open minds are called for as you allow these children to lead the way, paving the future with the mortar of love and bricks of silver and gold. If you have children, this mandala has come to remind you of the advanced souls you share your journey with and encourage you to complete the following healing exercise. This healing meditation will help your child or children integrate and stabilize their energy field, as well as to remember their soul's chosen path and their role as teacher. The earthly realm can come as a shock to many of them as they have never felt this planet in such a state before. The 7 directions, 2 solstices, and 2 equinoxes are linked within every being, but the star children are instinctively more aligned than those who have come before them. The star children are symbolic of both the stars and humanity's earliest attempts to understand and communicate the order and unity inherent in creation. As liquid light, they breathe life into the very essence of each waking human. Their gold and silver footprints have trails of pure love upon the fresh earth. If you are not a parent, then this mandala has come to guidance the star children within you, so that at no time are you lost. Recognition and acknowledgement are for an ego wishing to diminish your brilliance. It is suggesting that you complete the healing mandala exercise and remember to be the light. After all, the light you see at the end of the tunnel reflects your own light, your brilliance. Listen to your heart and move forward with love. It's awesome. I definitely feel that there are indigo kids or star child kids that are out there that are here to really domino effect change and really lead by example. Like, they're the ones that are going to be the ones teaching us how to embrace each other on a spiritual in a spiritual way. And it's just really exciting to me because I feel like I've definitely come across a few of these indigo kids, and they're absolutely incredible. They definitely shock you with the way that they converse. Like, they're just so mature and wise for their years that it's like, oh, you know that they're earth angels. For those who are new to this spiritual term, I highly recommend looking into star children or indigo children and seeing what those kids entail, because if you run into them, I promise you're going to know the difference between what that kid is versus another kid. They're just so third eye open and loving and precious, and they immediately have a message to give you. And I just feel that with this reading, you could come across maybe an indigo kid or a star child, or maybe you even have one in your life somehow. But it's that kid, that person, that child is going to make a difference in your life to a point where it's going to remind you of your soul purpose and really help you get to a point of accepting your life's journey, your life's spiritual journey. So your last card that I'm going to read, well, after this I'm going to get the affirmation to tie everything in, but the collective card for the mandala, the healing oracle, is past life connection, future visions, and respect yourself, others, and the earth. Immerse into the depths of the unknown, only to birth a part of yourself never met before, yet all too recognizable to the soul. This mandala brings you the aligning energy of the earth star chakra. This magnetic star anchors your universal self deep within this earth's core. In addition, this chakra is key in assessing your past lives, understanding your current life, and drawing upon the wisdom of your future self. Aligning this chakra is aligning to your inherent infinite self and that of the collective consciousness to bring a feeling of wholeness. Respect is of the essence with this chakra, both a respect for self and a deep reverence for the unlimited potential this card may help you to integrate. The Earth Star Chakra mandala also guides you in clearing your energy field on all levels and may indicate that you have taken on the energy of another through your role in service. If you feel this to be so, you are guided to complete the third clearing exercise below. So I normally don't like to read the meditations because, I mean, guys, we're already at like 50 minutes at this point. But if you want a little bit more insight and you would like me to give you those meditations, I'd love to. Just let me know what cards they are. So the Star Child came with the meditation, and then also the Earth Star Chakra. So just let me know, and I'd be happy just to either screenshot it or send it off to you via email or message, whatever. You can find all of my information below in the description box. But before I really close this off, let me go ahead and cap this reading with the affirmation tied into this from our crystal wisdom. I really think this reading provided so much insight, and it is a little bit heavy, but it's very loving at the same time. It's just only heavy because there's something that needs to be let go and we're resisting. So I think collectively we just need to really stop resisting and just allow the universe to take its toll and change whatever it needs to change. Spirit, please give me the crystal wisdom affirmation for this reading. Sunstone, empowerment. I am empowered in all areas of my life. Well, that was great. You know, I definitely would say, guys, you know, look for a tribe, a spiritual tribe, you know, really look internally and see what it is that you feel that you need to release and let go, to allow yourself to open up space for the new to come in. At the end of the day, even if it feels like it's scary, you're never alone and you're being called to do this. So the more that you resist, the harder it's going to be on you, and it's going to happen regardless. So you might as well embrace it now and just allow the change to happen in your life and just carry the weight with grace. I wish you guys the best of luck this week. I really hope that whatever it is that the divine is asking you to release, that you do find that and you're able to create that space. I'm very excited to get back to you guys next week for our reading, for our collective reading. Stay tuned for my Zodiac monthly readings though. I will be dropping Capricorns, Aquarius, and Pisceans videos this week. I don't have a set date for those, but they will be sometime this week, and again, they will be for the month of January. So thank you guys for joining me today. If you have any questions, if you need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. My email is again below in the description box, and you can find me also on social media at DG_crystals on Instagram. I'm on Twitter at DG_matrix blogs if you would like to tweet me and just take a look at my blog as I blog alongside my journey, my business journey. And if you would like a personal reading of healing oracle card reading, I'd love to. Just go ahead and email me or DM me, and I'd be happy to schedule that reading for you. Okay? Thank you guys for being here. Have a great week. Enjoy. Peace, much love, and the namaste always. Sorry, guys. See you later.